What's up, everyone? CryptoSavy here. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin for our daily update. It does seem that Litecoin is being a leading indicator. I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it does seem that that may be the case. We're going to take a look at that. Definitely stick around. Should be a good video. Also, I want to remind you, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. That gets you a chance to win the free t-shirt. I'll be picking a random comment on Sunday. Also, down below, there is a link to the free Discord groups. Totally free, guys. Check it out. And let's get into the video. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, trading advice, or investing advice. There is a disclaimer scrolling on the bottom. Read it and make sure you know this is my opinion, not yours. Let's take a look at the news headlines real quick. Lunar New Year, why Bitcoin and crypto are set for fireworks. That sounds bullish. Bitcoin price rally falters as bulls fight to hold the 8.3K level. Neutral. U.S. deficit will be at least 6 times Bitcoin market cap. Key Google metric, Bitcoin may explode to 100,000. Bitcoin could suffer more losses after breaking key support. So kind of mixed news. Let's look at the fear and greed index. It's at 40. It dropped 9 points since yesterday. We are now in the fear. We were in neutral. Let's look at Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance. Total longs versus shorts. The longs are 60%, shorts are 40%. That is where we're at now. Bitfinex still crazy high. Let's take a look at the monthly. So those of you guys that have been watching the monthly, if we close the monthly above 9,200, I think that would be extremely bullish. It definitely, there is a possibility, and I'll show you how. Let's first take a look at the weekly. I do want to show you one of my thoughts on the weekly, and if we take a Fibonacci extension or Fibonacci retracement, I'm sorry, from swing high to swing low here, and actually that would have been right here, swing high to swing low. Where we hit in our rally last year was right in the golden pocket area. If we were to do the same this year, which is possible, and if we have hit bottom already, which I do believe it is very possible we have hit bottom. And as you can see, the Fibonacci retracement zone is right at the 11.1. That's why I have this here. A break of that would be extremely bullish, guys. I think that would be the beginning of a huge bull run. But what we could see is just like we've seen here, come up here, get rejected, come back down for one more touch before going off. And that would get us back somewhere around the 7,800 to 7,900 after this level. I put in the thumbnail, do you think we're going to get new highs or new lows for this year first? So I'll leave a card up top. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to see where everyone's at on that. Now I want to look at the weekly RSI we have been talking about. Those of you that haven't seen this, red line is support and resistance in the long-term weekly RSI. We capitulated past it back here in 2014, popped back above it in 2015, tested it for support, and then continued on with our bull run up to 2017. Then in 2018, we capitulated under it, popped back above, retested it, got support, and I do believe that's where we're at now. It doesn't mean we can't come down a little bit more, but I do believe we have hit bottom, guys. That is my opinion, not yours. Let's look at the daily. So what we've been looking at here in the daily, I don't know why this won't get off here. Let's do, why is that doing that? I can't get rid of my RSI. There we go. All right. So looking at where we're at now, we did get a nice bounce off the 200 on the daily. This is the 200 EMA. For those of you that know, I don't use regular simple moving averages. I use the exponential moving averages. I think they work a lot better in crypto. Our exponential moving averages are turning over here. I do believe we come down to this 80-70 area, and I've talked about this for quite a while. We've had this in there. That's not to say we can't go lower, but I do think we're going to at least hit this. I think we'll have a nice bounce here around the 8070 to the 8100 range, somewhere in there. I do want to point out one thing. We were watching this ABC on Litecoin. Another thing I want to discuss real quick. People always ask, why do you do Bitcoin and Litecoin and not other alts? The reason I don't do other alts is because I really don't believe in anything that competes with Bitcoin, like Bitcoin Cash. I think it's all a scam. Litecoin actually, you know, it actually helps Bitcoin. It's with Bitcoin. It's like a partner of Bitcoin. It's not competing with it. And that's why I don't believe in alts. Everybody is looking for the new Bitcoin. Bitcoin's here, guys. And I believe in Litecoin because I like I said, I think it complements Bitcoin. So we were looking at this as an ABC correction. We had our bounce. I had it at 51.32. We went a little bit lower. We actually touched the 200 EMA on the 4 hour and got our bounce there. Is this over? It's hard to tell. If it is, this gives us a clue of where Bitcoin's going, in my opinion. If we go back over to the 4 hour on Bitcoin, the 200 EMA is right around that 80-70 range on the 4 hour. So we'll see how that works. But I know Litecoin is a great indicator of what Bitcoin's gonna do lately. I know a lot of people don't believe in that. Like I said, a lot of people don't believe in Litecoin. I am a believer in Litecoin and Bitcoin. And it has been a leading indicator quite a few times. Another thing, those of you that are doing any trading or want to do trading, I'm going to leave a Bybit tutorial up top. You can make money on the way down or the way up. So whichever way the market's moving, you can go in, and it offers margin and leverage trading, which is extremely dangerous, guys. If you're new, I don't suggest doing high leverage. But if you do want to check it out, I do have links below for Bybit, and I have another one for Prime XBT. Both of them give you a sign-up bonus, so you get extra to trade with by signing up using my links below. So definitely check it out if you get a chance. And if you're interested in trading, just be extremely careful. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose. So anyways, this is what we're looking at on the daily, but we also have this rising wedge here in white, and a measured move off that to where we broke down could get us all the way down to that 72.20 range, 72.30, which is also the 0.618. And as you can see, we bounced off of this quite a few times in this golden pocket zone. I do believe this is the bottom, and I'll show you why. As you can see, when we got this bounce here, we came back down. We didn't stay down here long. We sucked up all the stop losses that were here from the people going long and just went up and been going up ever since. And I know a lot of people are counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. I think this is 1, 2, and 3, and we are making 4 now, and we still have 5 to go up. That's my opinion, and there's no guarantees, but we'll take a look at why I'm looking at it that way. Let's go into the daily RSI real quick. Looking at the daily RSI, we have this downward channel in red. We popped out of it over here, formed this rising channel in white. I do believe we'll most likely come down to retest this top of this falling channel right here, and I believe that'll be the 80-70. If we break through, then it'll be the more bearish case scenario, and we'll take a look at that also. Let's look at the 4 hour. And we've had this drawn in here for pretty much the whole week. ABC, we have not hit the C mark yet, but like I said, Litecoin came down and hit the 200 EMA, which is right here. I do believe we're most likely going to hit that. We could bounce up as high as 8,500 here, maybe even 8,570. So keep an eye on that. That is a possibility before we come back down, but I do believe we are most likely coming down to this 80-74 range, 80-70 range. Again, guys, these targets aren't exact, but we also have that measured move. If that breaks, and I had talked about yesterday having a bounce here at the 8,300, which we have, obviously. We did go a little bit lower this morning, but we did get our bounce yesterday, came down this morning, and we're getting another bounce. But I don't believe that this correction is over. It could be. We could go up from here, but I don't believe so. The measured move off of here is 73.48. So keep in mind, if the 80-70 doesn't hold, we do have this long-term it was resistance over here. We broke through, so this should be support at the 70, about a 76.50 range. So keep that in mind. If we do break the 80.74, most likely headed down to this 80 or 76.50. If that breaks, 73.40. And also, I want to remind you guys, my worst case scenario is coming all the way back down to test the 0.786, which is right here at the 5,400 range. Keep that in mind. It is definitely still a possibility, guys. I don't think so, but what I think doesn't make the market doesn't listen to me. But that is just by what I'm seeing. I don't think we will, but keep in mind that it's definitely a possibility, the 5,400. And let's go back into the 4 hour. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Let's look at the RSI and see where we're at with that. 4 hour RSI, we have popped back in the channel, but I don't, if we stay in here, obviously we're going to continue up, but we had this rising channel that we fell out of back in here. We came back up, popped back in. Now, if we're able to remain inside here, we may come back down, test it one more time on a 4 hour and pop back up. If we do, then this correction's over. I think we're headed up to, we'll talk about where. Let's take a look at where we could possibly be headed. If I took, which I remember, we have this 10,500, which is a possibility, guys, and that could be making, it could form something like an inverse head and shoulders, this being the left shoulder, and I'll draw it in there. And this is just a possibility, guys. I'm not saying it's for sure, but, and this would be the head, and then we would form a left shoulder, and then if that broke, then I believe we are really going to be looking at new all-time highs soon. At least break that 14,000. Let's just take a measured move of what that would be real quick. If that did break, and it was a head and shoulders, or inverse head and shoulders, what would the target roughly be? It would roughly be right around the $14,600 range. So keep that in mind, guys. That is possible. But obviously, it's really early to even be calling something like that. So I'm not calling it. I'm just sharing an idea. Now, let's look at where we could be headed if this correction is over and we're headed up. And then we'll take a look at where I believe we're headed. So we would go to the bottom of wave 3, which would be here. And you guys know I don't really care for Elliott wave, but this is, sometimes they're clear and you can make, you know, something out. But to rely on Elliott wave is crazy. You guys know I use measured moves and they work out pretty damn well. So if we have finished this correction here, which I don't think we have, that would get us right around somewhere in the 97.24 is where it's possible. There's actually two spots we could go. We could hit the 9,400 or the around the 96.90 for that next leg up. So keep that in mind, guys. We could go all the way up as high as, you know, that 10.5, but as of right now, if this is finished here, but if we go down to the 8,070 to 8,100, like I believe we're gonna, then these targets actually move up a little bit to around 95.20 for the first one, and the next one being right around 9,900. But like I said, keep an eye out for what goes on here. I do believe, like I said, this is, and I'll count them out for you and show you what I believe it to be. Keep in mind, though, if we do break the 80.70, that will go lower. I kind of want to just give you guys all my thoughts as much as I can in this. So so if this was an Elliott wave, this would be 1, 2, 3. Up here, this would be 4. And then we have one more wave up. And then after this, we would have another correction back down into this range. Maybe all the way down to that 7,700. Who knows? We will keep an eye on that. If you guys like these daily updates, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Tick the notification bell. Give it a giant thumbs up and leave your comment. Take 2 seconds out to do that right now. That would be great. And we're going to move on to LITECOIN. So LITECOIN. Same thing. We have hit our 1-to-1 extension, which should be the end of this correction. But, excuse me, judging by what Bitcoin's doing, I'm not so sure that LITECOIN is done yet. It could be, and it could linger around here and wait for Bitcoin to finish and come up. But let's take a look at what's going on here. One more thing we were looking at here, guys, is I'll draw it out for you on LITECOIN. Is this being a possible inverse head and shoulders right here? This being the left shoulder, this being the head, and the right shoulder. And a measured move of that, guys, whoops, would be taking the depth of the head, putting it down to the breakdown of the shoulder, which gets us down to around this 4781. And if you look, that is the 0.618 retracement of this whole move here. So that is definitely a possibility that we come down to the 4780 zone. We also have this 4900 neckline here. This old resistance became new support, so keep that in mind. If we get down to the 49 and that breaks, looking at the 47 and the ultimate low, you know, we could come all the way down to, let's put a Fibonacci retracement on this whole move. I think LITECOIN's done here though, because we have hit the 0.786. So for LITECOIN to go much lower, that would be scary for LITECOIN. I don't think we're going to break down past this maybe 43 zone if we were to go lower. But again, this could be the end right here. But 66 is right where I have the next leg going to if this indeed is an ABC correction, whether we come down to the 49 or not. But I do have the $66 range in there. Again, keep in mind, if these break down, then we're looking at these lower targets. So let's look at the RSI. The RSI definitely looks like we have more room to go down. One more leg down. So keep that in mind. It's definitely possible, guys. And actually, we could come back down and just retest this while Bitcoin goes down and goes down to the 80.40 or 80.70 if we're going there. But again, being LITECOIN seems to be done, got its bounce off the 200 EMA. You know, LITECOIN could follow right back up with it. But that's what I'm seeing, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to smash the likes, leave your comment for your chance to win a free t-shirt. Give it a giant thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. And you can check out the members group too. It's not a call group. It's more of a learning TA group, and everybody trades different. So you have to come up with your own trading strategy. Everybody's situation's different. Everybody's risk to reward's different. So anyways, if you're interested, check out the join button down below. And yeah, take it easy. Have a great day. I'm out.